we'll just see though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it boils down to. I'm very disciplined in the sport of boxing, in life in general. The numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. Gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. I proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support.
And I'm gonna become a 147 champion, and then I'm gonna defend it against somebody at 147.
You know, Devin's season. I just seen something the other day. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season it played a part. You know what I mean?
Keyshawn Davis called out Devin Haney straight after his win on January 31st. Haney responded by turning the pressure back on Davis, making it clear that if Keyshawn truly wanted the fight, the contract should be sent. He projected confidence in his ability to take control once they shared the ring, warning that he would methodically break Davis down over the course of the fight.
Come out swinging, come out wild like he does, but you know, I'm gonna break him down. I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna step on him, no matter what.
The message framed Haney as calm but assertive, signaling that he saw no reason for delays and believed the outcome would be one-sided in his favor.
The same thing that we talked about we were gonna do in the DMs before you picked Jermaine.
2026, we're doing it.
Promise?
Remember, you promised. You're the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. So look, handle that business, okay?
Keyshawn Davis signals that talks are moving forward, assuring fans that the showdown with Devin Haney is on track for 2026. The matchup is shaping up as one of the most anticipated fights in the sport.
I was gonna say, Devin said, let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it. I mean,
He said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money, it makes sense.
Right, 100%. Obviously, I want to get your take on your brother. Shakur, dominant performance.
The tension between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney is always close to the surface. Their history has turned every mention of each other into a challenge, with pride clearly on the line and neither willing to take a step back.
I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times I'm around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And nigga just never never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like nigga never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. And like, he just never gave me my respect.
He sent you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bitch ass nigga, you know goddamn well, nigga, now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he still, like, his father used to, it's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh, the businessman. Was with you, like, dap me up.
My man.
So you always was the businessman.
And Dad was keep his face forward. And
that moment reshapes how Keyshawn Davis looks at the sport. After going through an experience that forces him to toughen up fast, he no longer views certain fighters the same way, and in his mind, it strips away the image of invincibility around Devin Haney.
He fought a guy with steroids and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked, it changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired, and it's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put this. You're, excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You do not take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't really not take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You done took it always to suing and all that extra shit. I feel like, bro, you soft, bro.
Keyshawn Davis keeps building momentum with performances that make his confidence hard to ignore. After proving his level against Jermaine Ortiz, his focus shifts to one name, and he looks ready to test himself against Devin Haney next. Shakur Stevenson also makes it clear that he's seen plenty of talent up close, but this feels different. From his point of view, Keyshawn Davis stands on a level that separates him from everyone else around him, including fighters he's helped prepare himself.
It's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's kind of unfair.
What you mean?
It's unfair for these fighters to the point where that's really my brother, and we could really help each other and prepare for these fights. So when he going out there, right?
Tamir Smalls looks at this rivalry as something shaped by timing more than talk. In his view, calling for big fights too early can be risky, and growth in boxing comes with patience and experience. Now that both fighters are more established, the matchup feels closer to the right moment. With questions still hanging around size and weight, he sees this as a fight that naturally draws interest and feels bound to happen.
He ain't doing nothing making it more crowded at 47 for me, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? I gotta see everybody above me. You know what I mean? If you're not above me, I ain't worrying about you. If you got one of them belts, I'm on that ass. You know what I mean?
Do you like to hear that? Like hearing more guys at 140 or the big name dudes jump into your division?
Yeah, big name. I thought you was about to say just, I don't want just anybody just moving up to 47. Ain't gonna do nothing to get crowded, but the bigger names ain't doing nothing but making more opportunity. You know, they gonna be, everybody's scanning each other. And them coming up, they gonna have to be looking for somebody that's above them. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm ready to get it on.
Tamir Smalls isn't naming a clear favorite, but he sees this fight as a clash shaped by timing and experience. He notes that Keyshawn called out Haney early in his career before he was fully ready, while both have now grown in the sport at roughly the same pace. With weight, style, and seasoning all potentially playing a role, Smalls believes it would be a close, exciting matchup that could go either way.
Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season it play a part. You know what I mean? But they both been in the game about the same time, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight for sure.
Do you think the weight is gonna play a role?
I honestly thought Devin and Shakur would end up fighting first.
Greg Hackett points out that Davis's fight against Jermaine Ortiz was a masterclass in strategy. By keeping the pressure on from start to finish, Davis never let Ortiz find his groove, controlling the pace and dictating how the fight played out.
Keyshawn kept the pressure. Him keeping that pressure wasn't allowing Jermaine to get set and set up whatever he needs. He did a great job pressing him. The jab to the body, the right hand to the body, the hooks, uppercuts, everything he did was good. It was with pressure, and I think that was the main factor. He kept the pressure on. The 1-2 now.
Keyshawn's timing is fucking incredible. Like coming off the layoff, right? Coming up to another division. In my mind, I'm thinking that was going to be the first thing to suffer. But he had his timing from round 1.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't nothing for him really to pick up on because Jermaine Ortiz is a rhythm fighter. He gotta feel good to get his shit off. I mean, he gotta know that you slowed down for him to get his shit off. And Keyshawn wasn't planning on slowing down.
Hackett highlights how Davis kept Ortiz under constant pressure, mixing punches to the body and head while moving forward relentlessly. Even after a long layoff and moving up in weight, Davis's timing stayed sharp, never giving Ortiz the space he needed to settle into his rhythm. As the rounds went on, Davis kept pressing, hunting for the finish while already in control, showing a level of focus and determination that made him stand out.
That was the main thing, keeping that pressure. Stayed in his face. That was very important.
He seemed to be pressing for the stoppage. Late rounds, he predicted the stoppage. Even when he had to fight, like he was comfortably ahead, he kept pressing the gas. Did you know that he was going to get Maine out of there late?
I didn't know he was going to get him out late. I knew it was a possibility, especially the way he was hitting him to the body. He was landing good, clean shots to the body, and you could tell Jermaine ain't like it. And I had tweeted after the second round, and I said all Keyshawn got to do is keep going to the body, and that's what ultimately ended it. The body work. I mean, you could tell he's just a lot better. He's just a lot better fighter than what Jermaine is used to. I think the size. It's not that Keyshawn is a real big guy.
Floyd Schofield weighed in on the possible Davis versus Haney fight, highlighting that both fighters bring energy and skill, but he leans toward Haney. In his view, Haney's experience and poise give him the advantage, while Davis's win over Jermaine Ortiz may have looked more dominant than it really was, since Ortiz never fully challenged him.
It don't matter which one go up there. Devin is Devin. Devin gonna show up. It's gonna be a great fight with either one of them. Because Devin took a loss, and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take another one.
Fight though, I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them a good fight. Even I don't think Keyshawn is gonna beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight. Keyshawn is going to be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in there.
I ain't gonna lie, as much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to Norm.
Schofield questioned the quick stoppage in the Ortiz fight, feeling Davis got an easy finish, but he still respects his talent and relentless style. He believes Haney's experience, durability, and ability to take clean shots put him a level above. That said, Davis has the tools, size, speed, and skill to make it competitive if he starts strong. In the end, Schofield sees the fight as exciting, but leans toward Haney having the edge.
And Norm was catching him too and didn't even buckle Devin, so I don't know.
And Keyshawn's performance wasn't great. It was good he stopped him, that the referee gave him a gift. Because the ref stopped it. He didn't even give Ortiz a chance to stand up. Not saying Ortiz would have won, but it wouldn't have been a knockout in that 12 seconds. No, that's what I'm saying, but it wouldn't have been a knockout. The ref gave that gift. He didn't even get his man the count to get up to 8. So, or to 10. So, I don't know. I would want to see the Keyshawn and Devin fight.
Key do got some dog in him, so I would like to see that.
I like the new version of them though. I like the God more in it. The maturity of seeing them grow up as fathers. Like, yo, just to see these young men get into these points is amazing, and they still in their 20s. So I can imagine them in their 30s.
Bernie Thaw Boxer reacts to the challenge with a mix of respect and excitement. He knows Haney is a skilled, seasoned fighter, but Davis brings a different kind of energy. With his aggressive style, quick hands, and sharp instincts, Davis looks ready to push the pace and make a statement in the ring.
You know, he's a seasoned pro in there, so, you know, it's a great fight. I want to see the fight, but I'll favor Keyshawn just on the strength that I love how Keyshawn fights. I love his meanness. I love, like I say, his kill mentality. He has great hand speed, like I say, great punch selection, and he's willing to mix it up in there. So I will favor Keyshawn, but it's just a fight that I would love to see.
I mean, knowing that Devin Haney fight could be such a big fight down the line, do you would rather see Keyshawn in a fight at 147 first before tackling Devin Haney? What do you think?
No, just give him what he wants.
Give him what he wants.
You know, all the talking, just give him what he wants. If that's what he said, then just do that. You know, sometimes we just gotta listen what they say and give them what they want.
Bernie sees no reason to wait for Davis to move up to 147. In his eyes, Davis has already proven himself as a star, an Olympic medalist, and a world champion. He believes it's time to let him go after the fights he wants, with Haney clearly at the top of the list. The recent tension with Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson only highlights that Davis is chasing the biggest challenges, and nothing should stand in his way.
Keyshawn's a star. Like I say, he's a silver medalist. He's a world champion already, been a world champion already. There's no more holding back for him now. Just let him go, let him off the leash, you know?
After the fight, Conor Benn comes into the ring. They talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, you know, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, you know, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, you know. I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, you know, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. You know, he's been saying that. And now he came through victorious.
Davis has been on a roll, showing skill and determination that's hard to overlook. After his impressive win over Jermaine Ortiz, he is no doubt a favorite to beat Devin Haney as well.
Keyshawn Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down. 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful. And I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler. and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man, Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show.
Davis took control from the start and never let go. He set the pace, kept constant pressure, and slowly wore Ortiz down without giving him room to breathe. By the final rounds, the buildup exploded as Davis proved he could finish strong when it mattered most. The performance sent a clear message that he was no longer just improving. He was ready for much bigger moments.
And he had a good game plan, Jermaine Ortiz, and he's just not that guy. He's come up short now 3 times on the biggest stage possible. No shame losing to Loma, Lopez, and Keyshawn, but when you're getting knocked out in the last round, that's when you start questioning your stance in the top of the game. But that's credit Keyshawn, man. He closed the show and he looked incredible.
I thought Keyshawn was really good. He obviously filled out the weight really well. He is a strong 140-pounder. Body work has become his MO. You go back to the Dennis Baranchik fight, knocked down Baranchik, kind of went the same way. Knocked down Baranchik in the 3rd round with a body shot, knocked him out in the 4th round. This time was the 11th and the 12th round for Jermaine Ortiz. I would disagree with you that I didn't like Ortiz's game plan.
So everyone wants to see Keyshawn Davis versus Devin the Dream Haney this year. The rivalry has been simmering for years, with tension spilling over from the ring to words exchanged outside of it. While Haney has faced names like Gervonta Davis and Mario Barrios, the matchup with Keyshawn feels like the one fans are truly waiting for. With Davis already making waves at 135 pounds and delivering some of the most exciting performances in the division, the stage is set for a showdown that could define both of their careers.
Keyshawn Davis brothers, and Devin the Dream Haney. I believe in the 147-pound division that a Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney will be just as interesting, just as lucrative than any of those fights that we mentioned. A potential fight with Rolly Romero, potential fight with Devin Haney and Crocker. I think Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney would be a way better fight than that. Mario Barrios, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney promo will be way better than Mario Barrios and Devin Haney. And of course, those are unification bouts, but we also in the landscape of boxing in which belts don't matter as much. It don't matter as much. It matters, but it don't matter as much. Keyshawn Davis was already a champion in the 135-pound division, and where he performed very, very well.
Moving up to 147 pounds makes everything bigger and more intense. In today's boxing world, titles matter less than the excitement a fight can create. Davis brings Olympic credentials, sharp skills, and non-stop pressure, while Haney counters with technical mastery and championship experience. Their styles clash perfectly, promising high drama every round. With both fighters hungry to prove themselves and teams pushing hard behind the scenes, the hype alone could match any major unification bout. By summer 2026, this fight looks set to be one of boxing's standout moments.
The performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz. They're gonna be facing Moradaya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo, right?
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for what's coming next.